TGIF, for those of you, even those retired, thank God it's Friday and not core day, because core day was pretty tough. So anyway, make your way down onto your back body. Again, maybe something underneath the shoulders, something underneath the head. Any leg position, legs extended long, Baddha Konasana, soles together, constructive rest, knees together, feet wide. Find your spot. Wherever that spot is, land the hips, bring the hands to the body. Take a breath. And here, just feel into yourself, feel into your mat. Let the body weigh heavy here. So we release the physical body to the practice. We release the emotional and the mental body off to the side so that we can just simply be. So enjoy a few breaths. A couple of us read a couple of motivational things every morning. I probably have 100. But today was unusually simple for today. And it just says, just because it's not happening in the timing that you expected does not mean it's not happening. How about that? Take a full deep breath in and out. Maybe as you enjoy a longer exhale, you feel whatever tension or whatever clenching is going on, just kind of settle in. And if you've got a busy mind this morning, let the mind follow the breath. I breathe in, I know I'm breathing in. My mind is following the breath. And as I breathe out, I know I'm breathing out because my mind is following the breath. Enjoy just a couple more. And on our next inhale, we'll begin to just release whatever we're using underneath us. Take a full body stretch, the fingers away from the toes. Maybe a little wiggle in through the hips and through the rib cage. And let's just gently open up the side body with a little banana. So just slide the legs over to the right corner of your mat, and maybe pick up the shoulders and the arms go to the right corner, upper corner. Shoulders are still nice and flat as your hip points are the same. Just begin to open up the left side body. Taking a full breath, maybe you feel like the ribs expand just a bit, the lung expands just a bit. And then exhale and settle. Know that you can always cross the left ankle over the right just to bring a bigger stretch in. You can always reach for the left wrist to pull it over on the diagonal towards the right. Just keep the shoulders, the face, the breath, everything soft. And settle. Next inhale, releasing the ankles, bringing the legs back to center. Release the arms, they come back overhead to center and take that big stretch. And then we'll just swing the legs to the left corner of the mat. Maybe you cross them over. The arms come to the left corner diagonally. Maybe you reach for the wrist, maybe you don't. Again, let the shoulders and the hips be level. And use the breath into the whole right side body. We're here for 3, so just relax. Deep breaths in and slow breaths out. Next inhale, release yourself back to center. Take that full body stretch one more time. Again, a little wiggle through the hips, the ribs, the shoulders. Then draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Take a rock one side to the other. A little awakening for the core this morning. Leave the right knee in, extend the left leg long. Rest the left heel on the mat, press it away so that whole left leg from the heel all the way through the hip point is nice and firm. Draw the right knee in. Take a nice deep breath here. On your inhale, tuck in the belly. On your exhale, pick up the shoulders and the head. Bring the chin towards the knee. Easy here. Lower back down, nice and slow. Switch it out. Left knee in, right leg extends long, right leg active, heel presses, quad engaged. Draw the left knee in, take a breath. On your exhale, shoulders and head pick up and withdraw it. And then release. And let's just kind of flow this now. Right knee in, pick up the shoulders. Apanasana, yeah. And then left. And there's always the option to hover the extended leg just to add a little bit more core work. Or maybe you keep the shoulders and the head off the mat as you hover the legs. So you just wake up your core. Notice your breath. Press the heels. Lift the shoulders. And then slowly wind it down. Draw the knees back into the chest. Squeeze them in. As you squeeze them in, let that tailbone kind of ride up so you get a nice stretch into the low back. Then plant the feet into your bridge position, feet hip distance apart. Good. Again, a slight tuck of that pelvis. The arms are beside the body. We're going to move into a flow bridge 5 times. So we're going to take the first 2 nice and easy. Draw in your breath, slight tuck of the pelvis. Here we go. Inhale, press into the feet. Lift the arms, lift the hips, and flow to your shoulders. And then exhale. Use that full exhale to bring everything all the way back down. Again, you press into your feet, you lift the hips, you lift the arms, full breath to get to the full extension. And then exhale slowly. Full exhale, slow, everything comes down. Take 3 more on your own here. As you come into your last one, pause in full bridge. So press into the feet, send the knees to the back of your mat. Feel the space from the knees, tighten through the glutes, through the hips. Let the weight settle into the upper shoulders, head, neck, arms relaxed. 2 breaths. Good. Nice and slow. Bring it down. Walk the feet to the edges of the mat. Just take a windshield just to rinse out that low back. Maybe you feel a little bit of a quad stretch if you drop that knee and keep it there for a minute, or a side stretch. Just notice where you feel it. Good. And then walk the feet back to center. So the feet come together, you're at the center of the mat. Drop yourself over to the left side body. Let the arms extend out to the left, to the palms resting one on top of the other. If you need to move a block or a blanket underneath the head, we're just going to work into the arms, and we haven't done this for a while. So take a moment, you're on your left side, the knees are stacked, the hips are stacked, the ankles are stacked, palms are stacked. Send the upper palm away from you, so it's going to kind of like ride over the bottom one. Extend that arm so you feel a little bit of an opening in the back of the upper shoulder. Then drag those fingers along the floor like you're drawing a big rainbow on the floor. Over to the other side, opening up to a somewhat T position. Then bring the arm back up to the ceiling and across the body, palms to meet. So we're just going to gently open up through the shoulders. So take the rainbow movement, fingertips on the floor as you roll onto the upper body. Doesn't have to find the T yet. And then draw the arm up to the ceiling and down, palms meet. So 3 more on your own here. Just explore the opening through the shoulders, the chest, the spine. And then maybe after the 3rd or 4th one, you feel a little more open, that you can pause, arms to a T, right and left. Maybe you pick up the shoulders a bit, scoot them over so that you can make more room for the shoulders to relax down. Just breathe into the space from one fingertip across the chest to the other. Big opening. One more full inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll close it up so that the right arm comes back up towards the ceiling, across the body, the palms join, and just relax the shoulders in here. Just relax. Let the chest kind of curl in. And then we'll slowly come back onto the back body. Draw the knees back in. Good. Hands to the top of each knee. Big wide circles. So take it right and left. Big V, down and around. Just work through both hip joints here. Good. And then take a moment to just reverse that, maybe 5 in the opposite direction. Good. Hug them in. And then plant the feet down, and let's roll onto our left side body. I'm just going to turn around this way. You guys stay just like you are. Stack your hips, your shoulders, your palms out to the side. Rest your head. If you need any support on this side, maybe you just roll your mat up or grab that towel. So taking a moment here, just take a deep breath in. And then as you're ready, slide the top palm over and away from the bottom palm. So fingers stretch out to the side, beginning to open up the upper shoulder tip. Then slide those fingertips along the floor overhead. You don't have to open up yet. Just bring it around so that the weight transfers onto the upper shoulders. And then draw that arm back up to the ceiling and palms to meet. So we're just going to work it slow. Just open up through the shoulder joints. Roll onto the upper back. Two more here on your own. And when you feel ready, maybe a little more open, we'll pause in stillness, arms out to a T. Maybe you pick up that right shoulder just a bit, scooch it to the right so there's more room for the left shoulder to land with the palms face up. 3 rounds of breath. Take a full inhale. And when you're ready for the exhale, left arm comes back towards the ceiling, across the body, the palms meet. Let again the shoulders kind of round in, the chest relaxes. And then we'll roll ourselves over all the way to all fours. Arriving here, spread the fingers, stack the joints. Again, any movement that feels good, take your traditional cat-cow, tailbone, chest bone, or maybe sway the hips, feel into the body. This is the beautiful part about cat-cow. It's just not with breath. It's feeling into the entire spine. It's feeling into the entire body. So take yours. Returning to that neutral tabletop, scoop the belly in, send the the right foot back behind you. Just press into the heel. Again, a gentle stretch through the calf. Keep pressing through your palms. Keep tucking your belly in. Active pose here. Take a breath. Lift the back leg, cross it over the calf way out to the left side. And then take a moment to maybe take that twist over to gaze at the toe. Return the leg back. One more stretch here through the heel. And then right knee comes to meet the left. Cat and a cow. Extending the left leg back, resting on its ball of the foot. Press the heel away. So again, notice your core, notice your palms, notice your breath, press the heel, feel into the back of the leg. Take a breath. And the same thing on this side. We're just going to pick up that back leg, cross it over the right calf so that it's way over to the right, and then take a gaze over towards that foot. So nice side stretch again here. Notice your breath. And then draw that leg back. Last time, just plant the ball of the foot, stretch the heel back. Beautiful. And then left knee comes in, back to table, and a cat and a cow. Mini vinyasa, you guys done this with me before. So on your next breath, set the hips back towards the heels. Extend the fingertips to the top of the mat. So we want to get long from that tailbone all the way down the spine. We want to relax the soft skin under the shoulders. Stretch the arms and the fingers long. And take a breath. And here we'll begin to move with breath. So on your next inhale, bring yourself up to your tabletop. And on your exhale, round your spine, set the hips back to your extended child's. Inhale, we bring it forward to our table. And on the exhale, round and send it back. Last one like this. Extended child's, take a pause, feel the length. We're going to add in the modified up dog next. So inhale, brings it up. And exhale, we bring it forward so the hips drop down, small arch in the spine, chest lifts any amount. Press back through the palms to your table. Extend it back, feel the length. So work in the spine here. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Lift the chest. Press into the palms and send it back. Last time like this. Returning, extended child's pose. Ribs and thighs rest, maybe the head rests on the mat. Maybe you reach those fingertips just a little bit further and you sink the shoulders down just a little bit more. And if you're here for the 20 minutes, this is where we're going to leave you. So again, turn off your device and spend some time with yourself. Deep breath in. Moving on, we're going to add on dog and plank. So again, you take whatever variation works for you this morning. Inhale, we bring it up. Exhale, we bring it forward. Your breath. Tuck those toes under as you come back through table. Lift the hips high. Send them up and back. Find your dog. Come up high on the balls of the feet as you flow yourself forward to a plank. Press through those palms as you send the hips back up towards the ceiling. And drop the knees and come back to your child's. So that's the flow. You go with the flow. Whatever is good for you this morning. That's what Annie and I just said. Going with the flow. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, forward. Come back. Lift the hips. Press into the palms. Find that length in your dog. Flow it to your plank. Send it back to your dog. And drop it down. Child's pose. Find your breath. And on your own, 2 more times. You just flow here. Just bring movement into the entire body. Follow your breath. We'll meet in extended child's pose, untucking the toes, getting flat on the top of the feet. Keep reaching through the fingers and you just take your time. From your extended child's pose, sweep the arms out to the side, sweep them down towards your feet. Come onto the back of the hands. Maybe again, find a place to rest the forehead. Body heavy, resting on the thighs. Maybe spread the fingers. Maybe curl in the wrists if you make a fist, just to release the wrist. Find some movement there in the fingers and the wrist. And then pause a moment in stillness. So stillness, you can just rest on the back of your hands. Let the shoulders round in and relax. Or maybe you find a reverse prayer here. So you bring your prayer to the back of the heart. And you let some weight in the elbows open up the back of the shoulders. It's a resting pose, so make it feel good. Enjoy 3 more breaths here. Wherever your arms are, your hands are, draw them up underneath the shoulders. Press the palms down to press your way up. Tuck the toes under. A moment here in intensive toe pose. Maybe you walk the hands to the thighs. Maybe you just keep your hands down, or maybe you just take that kneeling position. Just get some space in the toe joint. Maybe you feel open. You can bring your hands to heart. Maybe if it's not too intense, you can close down your eyes and you can just simply breathe. One more breath. And then we'll bring the hands down to the mat, untuck the toes, press into the top of the feet. So whether you paddle them out or whether you just press them into the mat and you sit back on those heels and bring some body weight there, maybe lift the legs, maybe 1 or 2. Just take what feels good, paddle out the feet. Good. And then return, hands onto the mat, tuck the toes, find your fold back of the mat. So in your fold, maybe hips or feet hip distance apart, take a little bit of a sway. We haven't really worked into the back of the legs. Yesterday was hips and hammies, so they might be a little bit tight. Keep the knees bent as much as you need to. And just take a sway. Maybe hold on to the elbows. Maybe notice what you're doing with your head. And if the neck feels a little bit tight this morning, maybe interlace behind the head and just let the weight of the hands and the elbows and bring some length as you find stillness in your fold. So take what you need here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Release the hands. Nice bend into the knees. We're going to roll our way up to a stand. Bring the arms out and overhead. Find that extension. We're going to find a little bit of a side twist here again. We're open in the sides. Right hand, left wrist. Pull it up. Take it over. Reach the left arm on a diagonal. Again, elbows back. Let the head just kind of fall to the right. Take a breath into the left ribs. Big inhale. Exhale, maybe a little deeper down. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Stretch the arms up. Take it to the other side. So left hand, right wrist, reach and take it to the left. Again, open the chest up. Take a full breath. Let the exhale bring you a little bit deeper down. Next inhale, we bring it back up. Stretch up. Slowly let the arms fall down to the side. Interlace behind you. Or just grab onto forearms. Open the chest. Let the head fall back. And then bend the knees. Keep the upper body as it is. Bring the ribs to the thighs, the head towards the bottom of the mat. Let the arms float up to the ceiling. Let the arms float overhead. 3 breaths. Slowly releasing the clasp. Bring the hands back to the sacrum. Bring the arms back down. Let them dangle. Walk yourself back to your dog. Take a pedal of the feet. Dropping a heel closer, stretching through the back of the legs. Alternating right and left. And then we'll make our way to the top of the mat. So maybe come up on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look at your thumbs. Take little baby steps here. Again, opening up the back of the hamstrings. We find a fold. We let it go. We let the head go. We find that half lift. So maybe the hands to the shins, just to allow us to propel the chest, the heart forward. Gaze is straight down. So we've got that neck right in line with the spine. Take a breath here. Shift the weight maybe into the balls of the feet just to see how that changes the connection in that hamstring glutes. Maybe shift the weight back into the heels. And then take a fold forward. Let it go. Press into the feet, bend your knees, roll your way up to stand. Again, let the arms go out, let the arms reach up, find that prayer, find that back bend, and then bring your hands to heart. Close down the eyes, soften the shoulders, slight bend in the knees. Again, we pick up the toes just so we can start to feel into the foundation here, feet to earth. Plant each toe down. Subtle rock, front to back. Heels to the balls of the feet. Side to side, blade edge, inner arch. And maybe with your eyes closed, you feel the movement within the body, even though it's almost in stillness. And then find that equal distribution of weight. Press your feet in. Again, gentle bend. Let's flow. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, we'll fold forward. Halfway lift and fold. Press into the feet, draw it back up, reach out and up and maybe back. And then take it. This is for you now. We're going to take 4 on your own. Notice your breath. Can you make the movement as fluid as you can make the breath? Meeting in prayer, Tadasana, as you're ready. Take a deep breath. On your next inhale, send the arms out and overhead. And this time we're going to swan dive. So again, big expanse through the chest, a nice straight spine as you forward fold. As you find your lift and as you fold. Plant the hands, left foot steps back, just to a runner's lunge. Separate your feet, nice and easy here. Press into your blocks or your fingertips, send the heart forward, nice long from that heel to the shoulders to the crown of the head. Take a moment, we're just going to straighten that front leg. Spine is still nice and long, just opening up the back of the right leg. Too much, bring it back. Find your runner's lunge. So we can just work it easy, or you can hold in stillness. wherever you are. Come back to that runner's lunge. Bring both hands inside that front foot and walk yourself to the long edge of your mat. Pigeon toe the feet in so the heels are out. Let the body drop. Take a breath. And just like our heart melting pose, we're just going to walk the fingertips as far forward as we can, keeping the hips back, dropping the shoulders, the chest, and the head down. Gentle bend into the knees. Deep breath. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Flip them around so that the front of your wrists are facing the long end of your mat. The fingers are spread. Walk them behind you, like you could draw your head closer down, the crown of your head to the mat. Again, the spine is nice and long here. Take a breath. Last one. Walk the fingers back underneath the shoulders. Good. Take a gentle bend into those knees. We're just going to pivot to the back part of our mat. So that left foot comes forward. We find our runner's lunge here. So separate the feet as much as you need to. Good. Fingers to blocks or onto the mat. And the same thing here. Draw in your breath, straighten that front leg, feel into the back of the left. And then bring it back to your lunge. Big breath in, straightens that left leg. Feel into that hamstring. Exhale the breath, back to your lunge. 2 more. Again, you can hold this pose or you can flow it. Full breath. We'll meet back into that runner's lunge. We'll place the hands inside that front foot. And again, we're going to walk it around. Long edge of the mat. Keep the pigeon toes here. Good. Let the head fall. Left hand plants right underneath the face, big wide fingers. Press into the palm. Send the, like your half lift here into your spine. Right arm comes out to the side. Right arm comes to the sacrum. So we want to make sure the pelvis here is flat. Rotate from there to the right. Pause there. If it feels good, lift the arm. If it feels better, take a bind. Just allow for some rotation in the spine and breathe. One more big deep breath in. On the exhale, we'll release from wherever you are. So just bring the right hand now down underneath the face. Spread the fingers. Left arm to the side. Left arm to the sacrum. Hips are nice and flat. Pause here. Take the rotation to the left. Maybe extend the arm. Maybe take the bind. Enjoy your breath. One more inhale, rotate, and then on the exhale, release. Allow the left hand to come back down, forward fold. Press into both palms, heel toe your feet in a little more than hip distance apart. This time bring the heels in and the toes out. Take a bend into those knees, walk the hands to the thighs and press your way up. Goddess pose, sink it down, sink it down. And again, you can coax it or you can hold it, right? Just feel into your goddess. And then bring yourself to a point that you can hold, hands resting on the thighs. Just like an umpire, lift the heart. Take a breath. We're just going to bring a shoulder to the center. Just take a nice twist here. The hands pushing the thigh away. So nice thigh, inner thigh opener. Twist down. Inhale comes back and take it to the other side. So use the hand to press the knee, the thigh away as you rotate. And then again, other side. Back and forth. As you finish that last rotation, just pause like in your umpire position. Bring your fingertips down to the mat. Heel toe your feet in just a bit, or your squat. So bring yourself down any amount. Maybe elbows into the knees or resting on top of the thighs. Nice straight spine, lift the heart. If you're in full malasana, maybe you take that rock. Good job, Sandy. Good. And we just pause now, find some stillness. Release the hands to the mat, find your way down, any way that's graceful. Extend the legs out in front of you. A little bit of a shake here, a little bit of a massage, whatever you feel like you need. And then we'll pick up the right knee and we're just going to plant the right foot in the inner thigh. We're going to find some nice length in the body. And again, if you need some support, no need to hold up that right knee, right? But a nice long line in the spine. Take the torso, move it over so it extends over the left leg, and just take a walk with the hands here. Try and keep the spine long, try to keep the chest, the heart to the toes, the gaze past the toes. Belly's engaged. Find length here. Working up the back of the leg, around the glute, into the low back, from the low back, maybe to the shoulders. Enjoy the breath. And then walk it back nice and easy, straight spine, restack. Again, you don't have to take the full body opening, but bring the right hand behind you, plant the palm. Your choice, just lift the chest, maybe lift the arm, or take the full body stretch, lift up onto that right shin, press through the left heel, reach through the fingers, get all that space here. 2 breaths. And then slowly we'll bring it right back down. Easy does it. Both arms going to swing over to the left outside that leg. Take a bow, nice counter. And back to center. Second side. Right leg extends, left foot hugs in. Whatever you need to support that side, please take it. Good. Draw the torso around. Fingertips outside of the left leg. Walk it down. So my foot is flexed, my toes are flared. Press my heel away. Spine nice and straight. Gaze past my toes so my chest is lifted. 3 breaths. Next inhale again, big breath, look past the toes, walk the hands back as you kind of restack through the spine. Left palm comes behind you and plants, and just take the chest opener or bring the weight on and lift up and take that arm behind you, maybe even more into our back bend. Just depends on how you feel. Press into the heel, reach through the fingers, breathe through the whole side body here. One more breath. And just bring it down wherever you are. Circle it around. Take that count or stretch. And then bring yourself back up to neutral. Soles of the feet together, big wide diamond here. So lots of space. Right arm underneath the right shin. Left grabs under the other. The feet are pressed together. The toes are flared out. So everything's really active here. Use your hands, draw your chest forward. Bring your heart forward, nice straight spine. And then from here, we're rounding in. So drop the chin. Let the crown of the head begin to come down as you curl into the back body. Let the hands relax just a bit. Maybe the forearms released just a bit. And we just let the weight and gravity here deepen the stretch into the low back. And your only job here is to breathe. Let the body relax. Let the body find its space. Use your breath. Notice the shoulders rounding in and relaxed. The release of the jaw and the softness of the face. Four more breaths just like this. Big inhales, long exhales. As we come into transition here, we do it nice and slow. So we release one hand to this diamond and then to the other. We begin to walk the fingertips very slowly towards the body so that we can again restack the spine. Hands to the outside of the knees to draw them together. Hands to the back of the knee crease, nice and slow. We're going to roll our way onto the back body and draw the knees in with you. So nice straight spine here. Hug the knees in. Separate the knees, right and left. Reach inside for the big toe or the outside of the foot, or even just your shins. Lift the feet up towards the ceiling. Happy baby pose. Maybe a rock feels good. Maybe stillness, just feeling the whole spine supported on your mat. Maybe last stretch through the legs, extending one off to the side and just letting it fall. Maybe coming back to that happy baby, other side, let the leg extend and fall out. Maybe coming back to happy baby and taking both legs on a diagonal, big wide V, pressing the heels, soften the shoulders. Let, again, gravity do the work here. Big breath. And if you have the legs in that big wide V, simply bring them together over your body. So the toes might be pointing down towards your face, a forward fold on your back. Taking in a breath. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the heels begin to glide down towards the mat. The knees go wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Let the feet fall to the blade edge. Again, knees wide. Hand to belly, hand to heart. Maybe soft gaze or close down the eyes. Maybe join me in that rhythmic breath where our exhales are twice as long as our inhales. So for me, that's an inhale to the count of 3, and an exhale to the count of 6. An inhale for 3. And a total body release to the count of 6. And on your own, just feel your body come down to your mat. Option to stay right here for your final resting pose. Releasing any control of the breath, just come back to your own rhythm. If you want to draw the knees together, send the legs long. If you want to take legs up the wall, however you want to come, settle down. Take a couple breaths here. Your final resting pose. Maybe it's your thank God it's Friday pose. Sandy, we wish you a very happy time as you head to Colorado. For the rest of us, a nice, peaceful weekend. Namaste.